What a freaking Friday, guys. I love it. Palantir is completely breaking out for the first time in months. Literally, we're up 9% over 12, almost $13 up on the day per share, as every index is up except for the Russell, and every index, guys, is hitting all-time highs either today or yesterday. What a day. What a way to wrap up the week. So we have to break down the charts, do a quick update here on Palantir, and break down some other stocks in the software, under the software umbrella, that are looking very good right now. Is this the time where these software stocks, are finally going to break out? Let's see, guys. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon for my portfolio updates, and my private Discord. That's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocks-surfest.com/Patreon. And now, cheers, let's dive into it. So look at Palantir go, up over 9%, trading at $156, up around $13 per share on the day. And yeah, we're breaking out now for the first time in months, and we're up from $130 a share just 2 days ago now to $156. We're up almost 20% in less than 48 hours in 2 days here, guys. And the more you pull the layers back, you're going to see, oh yeah, we're starting to gain some serious momentum. This inverse head and shoulders is pretty much completely played out. We're now taking out the highs from before earnings about a month ago on the 4th or the 3rd of May, whatever day it was. Early May, we had earnings. The stock tanked after. Now we're taking out those highs. And on the 4-hour chart, let me zoom in, you guys are starting to see we're breaking out of this descending triangle that we talked about, which was a bit alarming, right? I mean, look, that is a bearish pattern after all, right? So clearly we held 120 to 130. Now we're starting to break through these moving averages, taking out the descending triangle. And what did I say? I was trying to hammer on this point that we saw a ton of support right over the highs from last year. You guys remember last year when we peaked at about 120, 130, right before the Liberation Day sell-off, right? I told you guys this. I'll say it again. We had a lot of support there over the last 3.5 months, and now we're finally starting to breakthrough, right? Which is so critical, so ideal for the bulls in the short term. And on the 4-hour chart, you guys can really see it. You know, the consolidation now being followed by a breakout, right? So let me show you this. If I get the handy dandy circle tool out, give me a second, we actually have another inverse head and shoulders here. Do you guys see this? This is now starting to play out, and we're at a big resistance. I got to be honest, we're up 9%, which is awesome, but we're at a big resistance in the short term, which if this breaks, let me show you, right at about 155 to 160, this inverse head and shoulders is going to catch a lot more steam, a lot more momentum, and I think we're going higher, 170, 175. I've been saying this for weeks. I think ultimately Palantir is going to break back out. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And now it could be that time when it's actually happening, and I'll be even more confident when it takes out 160, right? So I'm going to set my alert at $160, and again, that's been resistance now for the last almost 4 months, since the beginning of February. So we're showing the signs that we're starting to break out. We're getting there. A full breakout is literally just $4 to $5 away. If we can clear 160, man, I think this is going to go bananas, right? I think we're going to end up going, like I said, towards 170, 180, dare I say even higher longer term. So software is catching a bid today overall, guys, across the board pretty much. Palantir being one of the key ones. We have stocks like CRM, which you guys know it's been dead in the water for quite a bit. It's finally starting to see some life, and the pattern is similar to what we saw in Palantir here on CRM. We have a clear descending triangle. We've had that for a couple months. You guys can see if that played out, I mean, if the descending triangle played out, CRM could have gotten down. Who knows, man? Who knows how low it could have gotten? But we're at a point where maybe the sellers have gotten exhausted. I mean, we're down so much on CRM. Now we're finally seeing a 9% move, right? The consolidation we've had over the last 3 to 4 months is now being followed with a nice pop, and we're trading at pretty much a multi-month high right now, multi-week high at least, here at 192, 193. And I think, yeah, man, this descending triangle, it's starting to break here on CRM. And I'm not as confident, I got to be honest, I'm not as confident on CRM as I am with Palantir. I much rather own Palantir. But the point is, a lot of these software stocks are moving in unison right now. And the selling has gotten arguably too much across the board. So even though I like Palantir more than CRM, we might see a rally across the board here in the short term, just because of how much selling we've had, and it's almost too much selling in such a quick amount of time. So CRM's moving. We have what's it called? Palantir moving. Other names like Toast. I mean, Toast is it's a smaller company. I'm actually long Toast and long Palantir. Toast is up around 4%. It's nowhere near breaking out like the other ones. It's still very much in a downtrend, Toast. But I think Toast, man, it's one of those stocks that it's a growth company. It's in a niche industry, I guess you can say. And they're doing very well. And it's kind of underappreciated. I think when software really starts to run, Toast is going to have its time in the sun. We're not there yet, but I'm long. I've been holding for a little bit, and I am down, admittedly, but I don't think I'll be down for long. Toast is up on the day. Other ones like ServiceNow, ticker NOW, this is up 13%, completely ripping. Now it's officially breaking out of this downtrend that we talked about, I think a week or two ago. We talked about it in my Discord as well. It's officially now taking out this trend line. We have this cup and handle, which we talked about, right? That's starting to play out beautifully. At this point, ServiceNow is testing the highs from the middle of March, which I think will ultimately break where we're right there at about 125. If that breaks, which I think there's a good chance, this could fill the gap in the short term to 138 towards 140, which was the high. The high. Holy crap, guys. I got like a tickle in my throat. Wait a second. We're not editing this video. Cheers. Got some water here, but yeah, I think if we take out 125, we fill the gap to 138, and maybe we go higher from there. Other stocks, I'm trying to think, what other software is Adobe running today? Let's see if Adobe's running. Yeah, it's running a little bit, 5.5%, not too bad. What's the software ETF? Let me pull this up, actually. Give me a second, guys. There's this one software ETF, which I'm forgetting what the ticker is. Oh, yeah, IGV. That's what it was. IGV must be up a good chunk today, right? Yeah, 5%. IGV's actually been doing very well over the last couple of weeks. We hit $73 back in the middle of April. Now we're clearly reversing. I mean, look, we're up 35% off that low. So this is the expanded tech software sector ETF. We're getting some money coming in here, and it almost begs the question, like, where is this money coming from? I mean, we're seeing all of these AI stocks move, all these chip stocks, right? All these big tech stocks move. It almost begs the question, like, oh, are we seeing people take money out of these, big tech stocks, these AI memory stocks? Maybe they're locking in some profits here, and maybe they're rotating into IGV, into some software names. That could be what's happening here a little bit. Not fully. I mean, I'm not calling for a full rotation, right? Out of memory, out of AI, out of tech into these software tech names. Not necessarily calling for that, but maybe some money is starting to trickle in into these names as they have started to, consolidate. They've been consolidating for months. Now they're starting to turn around a little bit. sentiment isn't really as bad as it was 3, 4, 5 months ago. I mean, it's still pretty low, but it's starting to get a little better. And sometimes that's what big money looks for, right? They don't want to chase a downtrend. I mean, retail can do that. They have the luxury of not having to answer to clients, the quarterly deadlines, this, that, the third. So retail can buy downtrends, but a lot of big money, these institutions, they don't like buying it into falling knives, into downtrends. They much rather wait until it bottoms out, starts to consolidate, sentiment gets better, and it starts to turn around a little bit. And that's when big money starts to come in. That's kind of how the game works, partly, right? And we're arguably seeing that in IGV over the last couple of weeks. We're seeing that in stocks like, again, CRM, maybe, arguably, at least the last couple of weeks. I mean, although it's not really moving until today. CRM might not be the best example, but ServiceNow has been moving the last couple of weeks, right? From 87 and now 123. Palantir has been creeping up. Snowflake, obviously, we saw a ridiculous move yesterday. So yeah, what do you guys think about that? What a day so far for stocks. Beautiful Friday, and yeah, it's a great way to wrap up the week. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Hit that subscribe button and join my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates, my trades, investments. All of that is linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day.